All right, Weather for Weather Geeks is back on this Monday evening. Took a little hiatus at the end of last week because, what was I going to tell you in this video other than it was going to be sunny for the next several days. Couldn't really add much value to the outgoing forecast, but now we've got a few more interesting things to talk about, so Weather Geeks will be on every evening this week. Today's high of 80 was the second consecutive 80-degree day here in Youngstown. Our forecast from this morning was for 78. So we were only a couple off there, actually just made it 80 at noon, so that ended up, of course, being the right move. We've had a good month in April with only 2 misses in our 2-degree guarantee. 3 degrees is too easy, so we do a 2-degree guarantee, and we certainly have the Valley's most accurate forecast. If you're watching this video, I think you have a pretty good idea as to our track record. Certainly better than any crappy phone app that you're going to get out there, including the stock app that comes on your iPhone. Yikes, never use that thing. Download the Storm Tracker 21 app, but even amongst other sources of weather information here in Youngstown, we have the most accurate forecasts, and honestly, and I'm not just, whistling Dixie here, it's not even close. All right, let's take a look at the country this evening. Most of the action is in the middle of the country. We've still got our very blocky, stopped-up pattern, resulting in nice weather in the east, nice weather in the west, and in the middle is where all the action is. And no doubt you've seen some of the reports out of Houston earlier on today, especially in the northwestern suburbs of Houston. There have been places that in just a little over 24 hours picked up 1.5 feet of rain. It has really been ugly, so I just queried one spot here in northwest Houston that's picked up 15 inches or so worth of rain. That's Doppler radar estimated, but there have been some substantiated, on-the-ground reports of the rain out there. Thankfully, nothing like that coming our way anytime soon. Our current pattern has been this omega block. Looks like the Greek letter omega, kind of like that. But this block is finally about to break down. That's why it's not going to be as warm. That's why we will start to see some chances for some rain later in the week and into next week as well. The pattern by late this week and into the weekend will be just a more typical west to east with some ridges and valleys, ridges and troughs, if you will. Kind of more of a progressive pattern across the U.S. That means fronts and weather systems will move across the country instead of everything just being kind of blocked up like it has been. Now that, of course, has worked to our advantage, thanks to that high-pressure zone that's been stuck in place since late last week. Cool front's going to slide in tomorrow. You'll hardly notice it in terms of any clouds. I mean, there'll be some clouds around, especially in the morning, but they'll be mostly high, mid-level clouds, just making the sky a little bit milky. The afternoon should be fairly sunny. Now, tomorrow will not be 80 degrees, but it'll still be above average. We're talking about upper 60s to around 70 tomorrow, about 10 degrees above average. Wednesday's going to be a beautiful day. That high's off to the east. It'll be a sunny day. Light southeasterly breeze will kick temperatures back up into the lower 70s. All right, finally, some chances for some rain. Now, I don't think Thursday is a washout. In fact, do a whole lot until midday afternoon, but there'll be some showers around Thursday into Thursday night as this next system approaches. That chance for rain will actually continue into at least Friday morning. Right now, our modeling is a bit all over the place, as you would expect a few days out. GFS has about 1/2 inch. The RPM in the green through the daylight hours Thursday has about 1/2 inch. Other modeling not quite as impressed. So once we get done with whatever sort of rain that we have coming our way Thursday into Friday, let's take a look at the weekend on the GFS here. GFS is advertising a nice day on Saturday. Here's Saturday morning, high pressure almost right overhead. Might see a subtle increase in high clouds in the afternoon and evening, but otherwise pretty nice day to kick off the weekend. Now, it's not going to be 80 this weekend like this past weekend, but Saturday's a winner. Now, Sunday's kind of a tricky forecast. The GFS kind of insisting that this next front drops in and maybe produces some showers on Sunday. Other modeling not all that impressed with this, so I've kept the forecast dry for Sunday. We'll see how this plays out. It's day 6, so it's not atypical to see some model shenanigans going on. And then some forecasting challenges early next week as well. If this front decides to hang up over us and it's cloudy, it might be really chilly on Monday. If that's not the case, it could be above average on Monday. So we've got a tough forecast coming early on next week. Pardon me. All right, the longer range. Does the warmth stick around? That's the big question. Looking at the GFS ensemble here, temperature anomalies. These are 5-day chunks, so here's from now till 5 days from now, obviously a lot of warmth in the east. You notice the cold or the cooler air growing as we head into the 5 to 10 day period here up in Canada, but some of this is going to bleed down into the Great Lakes in the Northeast. I think this will be especially noticeable up in New England, but in kind of the medium range here, the 5 to 10 day range, there'll be some cooler weather in the northeastern quadrant of the country. I think this will spell just a kind of an average pattern for us. as we head into next week. I wouldn't expect a lot of way above average temperatures next week. No way below average temperatures, but maybe it'll iron out to be kind of a typical late April week next week, taking us roughly from the 24th through the end of the month. And then the GFS as we head into May, suggesting that there's not much to write home here about. Might start to transition into a warmer and warmer pattern as we head deeper into May. I'm expecting May to be a warmer than average month. Our official May forecast coming out sooner, or I should say closer to the start of the month. Thank you for watching the Monday Night Weather for Weather Geeks. 21 News at 11 tonight, 7-day forecast, all sorts of other goodies, and you can expect more Weather Geeks to be online by about 8 o'clock or so Tuesday evening.